Hello students, in this video I am going to show you how to solve numerical problems of chapter Pressure in Liquids and Atmospheric Pressure. It is chapter 1 from unit 4 in your books. Let's begin with question 1. So in question 1 we've been given that there are two children, child P and child Q, who weigh 30 kgf and 20 kgf respectively, and they are wearing shoes with cross-sectional area of 10 centimeter square and 2 centimeter square respectively. The question asks us to compare the pressure exerted on ground by their heels. So we will begin with child P. Weight given is 30 kgf. And as given in the question, we know 1 kgf is equal to 10 Newton. This means 30 kgf will be equal to 300 Newton. So this is force exerted by child P. Next we have been given area. Area of one heel in contact, which is equal to 10 centimeter square. We have to consider 2 feet, so we will double the area. That means area in contact in case of child P will be equal to 10 centimeter square into 2, comes out to be 20 centimeter square. We want everything to be in SI units, so we will convert centimeter square to meter square, and it comes out to be 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 meter square, right? So this we get area for child P. Since pressure is equal to force upon area, therefore pressure exerted by child P will be equal to 300 Newton over 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 meter square equals to 3 by 2 into 100 into 10 to the power 3 Newton per meter square, comes out to be 1.5 into 10 raised to the power 5 Pascal. So pressure by child P is 1.5 into 10 raised to power 5 Pascal. Now we will find the same thing for child Q. Weight given is 20 kgf, which is equal to 20 into 10 is equal to 200 Newton, and area for one heel is 2 centimeter square. So area in contact will be twice this, equals to 4 centimeter square, which we can write as 4 into 10 raised to power minus 4 meter square conversion. So this is the force by child Q, and this is the area in case of child Q. Therefore pressure will be 200 Newton over 4 into 10 raised to power minus 4 meter square, which will be equal to 2 by 4 into 10 raised to power 2 into 10 raised to power 4, comes out to be 0.5 into 10 raised to power 6 Pascal. Now, as per the demand of the question, we have to compare both these pressures. So pressure in case of child P over pressure in case of child Q can be written as 1.5 into 10 raised to power 5 over 1 0.5 into 10 raised to power 6 is equal to 3 over 10, which is written as 3 is to 10, which is your answer. I hope this question is clear. Moving to our next question, question number 2. Calculate the pressure due to water column of height 120 meter. Take the density of water to be 10 to the power 3 kg per meter cube and gravity is 10 meter per second square. So here we are supposed to find pressure due to water column of height 120 meter. So we know the formula: pressure is equal to height of the liquid, density of the liquid multiplied by acceleration due to gravity. So in this case here we have height of water column is 120 meter, density of water is 10 to the power 3 kg per meter cube, and acceleration due to gravity g is 10 meter per second square. Each and every value is in SI units, so we don't need any conversions. Directly putting these values in the formula, we get pressure due to the given water column is equal to height multiplied by density multiplied by gravity. We get pressure is equal to 12 multiplied by 10 to the power 5, which can be written as 1.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 Pascal. This is your answer. Let's move to question number 3. A circular plate of area 10 centimeters square is placed 15 meters below the surface of water. Calculate pressure P and total thrust F on it due to atmosphere and water above it. So the diagram could be like this. Area of circular plate is 10 centimeters square and it is placed below the water surface, that is 15 meter below water. So this becomes the height of water column. Okay. Now we have to calculate pressure P. So pressure P will be the pressure due to this water column. And we have to calculate total thrust F. So total thrust F due to atmosphere and due to the water above it. Right? Let us first see and write what all things have been provided. We've been provided area of the plate, that is 10 centimeters square. Height of water column is 15 meter. Atmospheric pressure is 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. Next is density of water, 10 to the power 3 kg per meter cube, and gravity, acceleration due to gravity is 10 meters per second square. Right? Let's begin with the calculations. For the first part, that is pressure P on the plate. We know that pressure P is given as the product of height, density, and gravity. Here, water. Right? So, we will put in the values. Height of the water column is 15 meters. Height of the water column is 15 meters. Density given is 10 to the power 3 and gravity is 10. This gives us 15 into 10 raised to power 4, or we can also write it as 1.5 into 10 raised to power 5 Pascal, which is our answer. Now the second part. Second part asks us to find the total thrust on the plate. Total here refers to sum of thrust due to atmosphere and thrust due to water column above the plate. First of all, we will see that from the formula P is equal to Fa, we can calculate force as the product of pressure and area, right? Now here, since we have to calculate the total thrust, so we also need to find the total pressure. So that is, total pressure will be pressure due to atmosphere plus pressure due to water. Now pressure due to atmosphere has been provided to us as 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square, and pressure due to water we just found out in the first part, that is 1.5 into 10 raised to power 5, and this gives us 2.5 into 10 raised to the power 5 Pascal. So now we have the total pressure. Area also we have been given. Area of plate is 10 centimeter square. It will give us 0.001 meter square. So let's put in the values. Total thrust as asked in the question will be equal to 2.5 into 10 raised to the power 5 multiplied by 0.001 equals to 25 by 10 into 10 raised to power 5 into 1 by 10 raised to the power 3. This will give us 250 Newton, which is our answer. Question number 4. A U-shaped tube is partly filled with mercury. Then water is poured in its one limb and oil is poured in its other. Find the ratio of water and oil columns if the level of mercury is maintained the same in both limbs, given density of water and density of oil. We have a U-shaped tube filled with mercury. Let us consider this to be the initial level. In one of the limbs, water is poured, and in the other limb, some oil is poured. And it is observed that the level of the mercury is maintained. According to the question, we have to find out the height of oil column and the height of water column. Alright, let us begin. We've been given the density of water and density of oil. Here we have to understand that for mercury to maintain its level, the pressure from this side has to be equal to pressure from this side. That means the pressure put by water has to be equal to pressure put by oil. Only then will the mercury be able to maintain its level. Alright. So we will equate the pressures from oil as well as water. As per formula, pressure is equal to H rho G. We get height of oil column multiplied by density of oil multiplied by acceleration due to gravity, that is G, which is equal to pressure by water column can be written as height of water column multiplied by density of water into G. G gets cancelled from both the sides. Here the ratio between height of oil column and height of water column is given as density of water over density of oil. So this gives us the ratio between height of oil column and height of water column, which is equal to 10 is to 9. Moving to question 5. In a hydraulic machine, the two pistons are of area of cross section in the ratio 1 is to 8. Calculate the force needed on the narrow piston to overcome a force of 1600 Newton. So it would look something like this, the smaller piston and the bigger piston. So pressure on this piston will be P1 and pressure on this piston will be P2. Given that the areas of cross section are in the ratio 1 is to 8, that means A1 is to A2 is equal to 1 is to 8, or we can write A1 upon A2 is equal to 1 over 8. Also, we have been given F2, that is 1600 Newton, and we are supposed to calculate F1. Now, by Pascal's law, P1 equals to P2, which means F1 over A1 equals to F2 over A2. This implies A1 over A2 equals to F1 over F2. Now we'll put the values. 1 over 8 is equal to F1 over 1600. This implies F1 is equal to 1600 over 8, that is 200 Newton. That's our answer. The next question is, what is the length of water column that corresponds to the same pressure as 76 centimeter of mercury column? So basically this question asks you to find the length of water column which will give pressure that is same as pressure given by mercury with mercury column of height 76 centimeter. So for pressure due to water, we have height of water column multiplied by density of water multiplied by acceleration due to gravity. And as per question, this is same as pressure due to mercury, given as height of mercury column multiplied by density of mercury multiplied by acceleration due to gravity. So this g gets cancelled with this g. Now we have height of mercury column as 76 centimeter, which is 76 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 2 meter in SI unit. We know the density of water is 1000 kg per meter cube, and the density of mercury is 13,600 kg per meter cube. So we get height of water column is equal to height of mercury column multiplied by its density over density of water, that is 76 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 2 multiplied by 13,600 over 1000. This is equal to 76 multiplied by 136 over 1000, which is 10.336 meter, and that is our answer. Seventh question is, the pressure in the water pipe at ground floor is 3,40,000 Pascal and the pressure on the fourth floor is 1 lakh Pascal. Calculate the height of the building that has 4 floors. Let's take the pressure in the water pipe as P1 at the ground floor and P2 at the fourth floor. In this question, we will use the concept of pressure difference given as delta P. We know that as the height increases, the pressure decreases. Therefore, P1 will be greater than P2. And so, delta P will be P1 minus P2, that is 3,40,000 minus 1 lakh. So, we get the delta P as 2,40,000 Pascal. Now, by formula, we know pressure is equal to H rho G. So, in this case, delta P is already there, we have found out. Next is H, we have to calculate. Rho is 10 to the power 3 kg per meter cube, and G is 10 meter per second square. So, putting these values in the formula, we get H as 24 meter. So, height of the building is 24 meters. That's our answer. So, we are on the last question of this exercise, question number 8. Calculate the pressure of water in water tank placed on top of a building of height 16 meter. Very clearly, the height of water column here is 16 meter, right? And we have to calculate the pressure of water. So we know the formula pressure is equal to H rho G. H is given, density we already know, Density of water is 10 to the power 3 kg per meter cube, and G is also known to us, that is 10 meter per second square. Putting all these values in the formula, we get this gives us 1,60,000 Pascal. Very simple. That's our answer.